So Preston, I have a surprise for you.
Ooh, big surprise.
Big
All right, we'll
surprise.
we'll, we'll see. I mean, he's been taunting me. He's like, I've got something. It's gonna be so funny. I'm like, okay. I don't know what it could possibly be. Like, I don't. Is this related to Game of Thrones, Ice and Fire, House of the Dragon?
Yes.
Okay, all of the above.
So shout out to my master of whispers, Mr. Ben. He just got this to my attention like 5 to 10 minutes before we started recording, and I'm gonna have to bust out the red arrows and circles and the word leaked for this video, Preston. I'm gonna have to do it.
Oh, oh,
I'm gonna have to
oh,
be
oh.
really, really lame and bust it out because we got some leaked photos from the set of House of the Dragon with Matt Smith and Emma D'Arcy
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah. No,
as
I had read that they just started production.
they just started production, and now you get to see them leaked. Big, big, big cap letters. Circle. Just imagine the red arrows and circles. On the beach, having a conversation. So I'm sending this to you right now on Facebook.
Okay.
And I wanted to get your thoughts on what you think. Do you think they look good? You might have to zoom in a little, but that's them. It's
Oh, yes, I see.
Rhaenyra
Wow.
and Daemon
Wow.
Targaryen.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you think?
He looks worse than I thought.
Really? From that far away? Come on.
Yeah, no, that's worse than I could have imagined.
Is that the
That's
Rhaegar wig, or which is
No,
like
that's
the
something
Viserys?
new. I think they must have gotten a lot of crap for the Rhaegar wig really being the Viserys wig because
Hmm.
it's clear like the whole thing about the Viserys wig is that it was a little unkempt, and so when it was on Rhaegar, it was so clearly Viserys, like this is neater together, but uh yeah, I just let me okay. I mean, you're gonna show these pictures while we talk about this, or is it just gonna be us going huh
I'm going to show them while we discuss it.
um what beach are they on?
I have no idea. So,
So that's not the
um,
Dragonstone, or is that supposed to be, or is that supposed to be like the Valarian Driftmark?
this could
Um,
be like a reimagining of Dragonstone, though, to be honest.
yeah,
It's most likely not what I just said. It's most likely not a reimagining. But then again, they're reimagining the Sea Snake because HBO releases on the Blu-ray DVDs. Everybody knows this. They
yeah,
release the histories and lore, and a couple seasons back, they released the Dance of the Dragons history and lore before they committed to making the Dance of the Dragons prequel. And the Sea Snake was not a black man, but he is now. So you could argue the whole House of the Dragon is a reimagining, and based off that,
right.
and continuing on
But
with that, you
but
could
like I said, Salador San is they've already introduced the idea that Valyrians all had black people as well. So
no,
because
yeah, of course.
Salador San is black and Salador San is supposed to be Valyrian. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see, but there it is. Personally, I think they don't look that bad. We're seeing
No,
it from far
the
away,
costumes look great.
as always.
Yeah, her dress looks great.
Damn, you
It just
really hate Matt Smith.
I just don't think his face. I just don't think his. I mean, hopefully I'm proved wrong. Hopefully when it comes out, I'm just like, oh, I was wrong. He's
Did you complain
fantastic.
this much about Alfie Allen as Theon? Because Theon in the books is supposed to be like super good looking. Did you
No,
complain
because
this much?
it was a little late. My I didn't, my first because I did read Game of Thrones before I saw the first season, but because Theon is such a background character in Game of Thrones, I didn't connect with I didn't connect the idea that he was a very good looking man.
Hmm.
Even though it's certainly mentioned that he's a good looking man, but he's such a minor character in Game of Thrones. And when you read a novel for the first time, you're going fast. Um, it was not until actually even finishing the entire series that I realized that going back and reading it in detail brings so much more out. Like because when you read a Stephen King novel, you don't need to read it for detail because it's just stream of consciousness whatever. Like you want to get to the next plot point and get to the end of the get to the end of the story. And it wasn't even until I had finished the 5th book and I started, viewing other people's like stuff online and how they were noticing stuff, mainly Bron Voss, was the guy who really like made me notice the stuff. And, and then going back and being like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of detail and there's a lot of stories going on in the background that I didn't even notice. And so, yeah, first time through Game of Thrones, I didn't know that Theon was good looking. It's just it's not something, even put in your head. You've got all these characters. He's not a major one, why even...
I wouldn't say Alfie Allen is ugly, but
no. In fact,
I think Matt Smith is a bit more handsome than Alfie Allen, but that's just me.
Alfie Allen has, I don't know, he has more striking features. I don't know. I think Alfie Allen's better looking, but now we're splitting hairs. I mean,
and what do you think about Rhaenyra? She look good or eh?
You can't see her face very, very well in this picture, but I see her profile. She looks fine from afar here. But it's tough to say.
It almost looks like the Cersei wig from the earlier seasons when Cersei had longer hair.
Yes. There's something else as well naturally, women are blondes at a greater rate than men are, or females are blondes at a greater rate than males are. And then on top of that, women dye their hair, more often than men. So seeing a blonde woman is not as striking as, seeing a blonde woman is kind of, we consider every day, while blonde men, especially, bleach blonde men are rather rare. And so, seeing any woman as a blonde is something you kind of expect, while seeing a guy with hair like that is unusual. So, we shall see. Can't really see too closely, but I don't know. I do think Matt Smith looks weird.
Well, they did start filming, so hopefully this will be good. Hopefully we can get a nice little teaser soon of what we can expect, because I always found it weird how Game of Thrones took so fucking long to record, considering at least 80% of it is just two people in the room talking and scheming, and the other 20% is fighting, which not every episode had fighting. You had maybe one guy doing like a sword stomp, but that would be about it in the other scenes.
So you think if they're filming now, you're saying that what you think April 2022 this will be out?
It's coming on HBO Max next year. That's what they said.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm just thinking, because Game of Thrones used to always premiere in April, right? So
April or May. Sometime, yeah. I think one time it premiered March, I believe, but April, around there, yeah.
Yeah, so 1 year away.
1 year away, damn, now it begins. I'm a little nervous, too, because I want Thrones to come back on TV. It was a good time, even when it was bad. It was fun to trash it every now and then.
Maybe especially when it was bad.
And, television feels weird without Game of Thrones. After 10 years, it feels weird.
It does. To not have a cultural unifying thing that everybody sees at once,
Mm-hmm.
It's just, we thought we weren't going to get another one, something like that, something like, I want to say before Game of Thrones, the last thing that everybody saw was Avatar, because there's so much media now, it's hard for everyone to know what you're talking about and to have it be, everyday conversation. Maybe Marvel movies are also this. Now everybody sees the Marvel movies, but
right.
Before, there was a period where, you couldn't exactly just make these references like you could about Star Wars and Indiana Jones, where everybody's seen it, Ghostbusters. But, Game of Thrones kind of brought it back, unifying media.